Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And let's go ahead and keep this one simple. He had one of the most impressive rookie seasons in NFL history. A true dual-threat quarterback. He can beat you a variety of ways. Took his team to the conference championship last season, trying to take them to the Super Bowl in year 2.
Right to the air is Daniels. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
A 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. Following the interception, Love. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
On play action, Love to throw. That's to Golden. He's got it right side. Only able to gain a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up second down at the Commanders' 11-yard line.
Love. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden from 10 yards out. And the Packers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders nothing.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
Now their versatile running back, here's Austin Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
It's 2nd and inches at the Packers' 32-yard line.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Commanders.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Daniels looking to throw. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, They take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
A 23-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
For a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's 2nd down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Love looking to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
To throw now, here's Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Jayden Reed from 13 yards out. And the Packers are able to extend their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Now McManus for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Able to slither by. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Great stop by Devontae Wyatt, breaking through the line and stopping him cold.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To the air goes Daniels. Being chased, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. Well, first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
That's good for a Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 2nd down at the 27-yard line.
Two yards to go, 2nd down. Play fake. Here's Love. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now Love. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
That's another Green Bay Packer.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
In motion, the tight end. Working out of the gun. Love. That's to Kraft, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Love now. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Jacobs is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Love, they go play action now. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jayden Reed with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders' offense set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. To throw is Daniels. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
And it brings up 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Daniels. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The man in motion is Brown. On 4th down, here's Daniels. That is caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Slot man moves right. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing now is Daniels. It's caught by his running back, Austin Eckler. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete. Greenbay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Gay's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Matthew Golden with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Daniels looking to throw. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as he's inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. 9 yards that time.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, What you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Forced out to his left. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Daniels going to throw for it. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Play action this time with Love. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Able to find his man, Kraft. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To throw now. Here's Love. Completed out left to Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Dobbs, 51 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
McManus now for the extra point. Oh, this is blocked. And now Washington has it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No, no doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they're spending a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Washington offense set to take over. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. It's Eckler again. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And that is incomplete.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the 1st half.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
He's mine.
To the air goes Daniels. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this 1st half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
He finds his man complete. It's Reed. 2 touchdowns for him already in this 1st half. This one good for a 1st down. Talk about a big 1st half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not.
Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. A quick throw there is incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Throwing. Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43.
And the Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft, 43 yards. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Now McManus for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score.
A drive that time of 6 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And the Washington offense heading out. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
47-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw for Eckler on the crossing route, complete. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
To throw is Daniels. It's complete to Brown, right side. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
At the 25-yard line.
This 2nd and 4. Here's Daniels. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
In motion right, Dobbs. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Packers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Second down, Jacobs once more. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Jonathan Jones on the tackle. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Love looking to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Love now. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Reed. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
3rd and 3. Here's Love. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Touchdown. Jayden Reed, 41 yards. And the Packers have got it on cruise control. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in 1 game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First possession of the second half now for Washington. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing now is Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. In motion left comes Brown. Daniels looking to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 36-yard line.
Debo going in motion left. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Daniels. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They go play action. Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Jayden Daniels keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Commanders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gay is on for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And a short pickup to about the 25.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Second down, Jacobs once more. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 31 yards there and a first down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. In motion goes the tight end. On 4th down, Love working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Now Love. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Javon Kinlaw able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Love. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Scotty, thank you as always. Well, likely two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Give them the completion, no gain, but let's focus in on that tackle. Open field tackling, the hardest thing to do in the game, I believe.
But when you get outside the tackle box, it becomes a numbers game. The defense had more than they could block. And this pass broken up. The contact, well of time there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch called for in May, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now the first carry here for the running back. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Now Daniels. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Washington field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will remain well behind.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter, right? Pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, gives up a hit late. You're so close to accomplishing everything you want and don't quite get it done. They'll come back with a vengeance on the next play.
So that is a big one, folks. Can you believe it? 8 passing touchdowns in a single game until today. That had never been done in NFL history. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down. A 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On now is the Packers punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a 2nd and 2. To the air goes Daniels. Hurts over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Daniels going to throw for it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Throwing. Love. That's taken in by Golden. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Commanders offense and Jayden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw is Daniels. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Daniels. That is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll send Brown in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 2. On the bootleg, it's Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. In motion right, Debo. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 27. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Third and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Daniels going to try to sneak. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, maybe by about a yard, as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Gay is on for the point after. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score Packers 55.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football. You're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline. And they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Firing quickly out wide is Love. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Love completes it again to Dobbs. And he's going to have a Packers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Commanders' offense and Terry McLaurin headed back onto the field. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing now is Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Daniels looking to throw. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Working out of the gun. Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he has a Packer first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.